Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to ETS2. The previous episode we took that job in Poland, that special transport with the wind turbine blade. Today though, I removed Poland rebuilding because it's time to explore other countries. We'll be going south from Poland into Slovakia, crossing over to... was it Hungary? Let me see. I found a job, and yes, we are in a farm. You can hear the horses, the chickens and everything. We are going to Hungary. Yeah, that's going to be the path. I also installed the Davy's name packs, and this version is the Anglicized one. So you can notice the different countries are all in their English, their Anglicized versions, as Davy calls it. So instead of the local terms, it's much easier to read now. It's Germany instead of Deutschland, Italy instead of Italia, Spain, Portugal instead of España, and what's Portugal in its local term? I don't know. But yes, not only the countries, but the cities as well. And actually, it looks a bit weird. Look, you can see there. It's Krakow. I guess, yeah, it's a C because it's anglicized. But it should be like with a K, right? The real spelling. The romanized spelling. Krakow. Anyway, we'll be taking this one. It seems like I prefer that one actually. I like that one better. The skin, the black skin. I think that fits better. Challenger Tractor. Not sure if that's from like the standard trailer. It looks like it. And why I chose this job here because it's going to pass through Banska Bystrica, which we haven't explored yet, and Kekskemet. Sorry for the pronunciation, guys. You might also notice some areas are new, especially in the southern part of Europe, because I installed Project Balkans 2.7. Now, to be honest, I'm not sure which ones are new. Let me take this job and let's go to the map. I can show you. So if you check this out, we'll see some familiar places. Butice, some new places. Tuzla, I guess that looks new, because I've been in Doboj before, or is it Doboj? I forgot. And this is from Project Balkans. This one, I guess, is a new area in Project Balkans 2.7. And maybe Rijeka as well, this one. That looks really nice, huh? That looks really nice. We have to visit that sometime. Trieste is from ProMods. So yeah, my main issue is I'm not sure which is ProMods and which is Project Balkans. Because as you guys might know, as of ProMods 2.2, ProMods also has some areas of the Balkans included in its mod. So the lines get pretty blurry. But if you're familiar which parts are from Project Balkans, let me know in the comments, okay? So maybe we can check it out. But anyway, wherever we go, it should be a pretty nice deal. So it shouldn't be that bad. And based on our existing plan, we're still planning to go to Romania. So we're just passing through Slovakia, Hungary, going to Romania, maybe explore. What country is this? One sec. Moldova. Okay, Moldova. And maybe take a ferry. I can enable southern region. We can explore there. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But southern region still hasn't been updated to 7.0, so I'm not so excited about it yet. I would rather visit that when 7.0 is ready, so we can see the new things. But anyway, let's take one step at a time. Let's do this first. Lights, as always, beautiful truck, beautiful engine sound from Krishbom. DAF open pipe 10.5 version, I think it is. And I remember Chris was mentioning that actually we have a 6x2 here. So the one axle is not actually driving. So it's just like dead weight. It helps spread the weight, but it doesn't really help with the driving, you know, the torque or whatnot. But it's not like a showstopper. So if we pass through a mechanic, maybe after the job, then we can fix it. But it's not like urgent. Let me see. Right, just fix my mic here. Anyway, how are you guys doing? What's new in the truck sim world? Do you have any new mods that you've been trying out? Let me know in the comments if there are any. Also, I've decided on some things since the last episode, and let me share them with you. There we go. Do we need beacons? Is there a beacon at the back? There is. Okay, let's turn on beacons then. It's not half bad. The machine is CAD. Okay, then that's most probably from SCS. Indeed. Because if it was from a modder, then they would have put in the real brand in there. And before we go, let's study the route. Let us mark the places where we want to go. Yeah, that's one. That's the one for sure. Banska Bystrica. Something like that. Just go around. And then go on through R1. Go south further. Cross over to Hungary. Pass through Budapest. Yeah, I mean Budapest is Anglicized for sure. There's a local name for that, if I remember correctly. Then we'll be passing through this discoverable Kekskemet. And that one, I guess you can Anglicize it more. That's the extent. Alright. I'm good with that. I think we're okay with the route. As always, the sounds of this truck is truly magnificent. I cannot get over it. Every time I get into this cab, it just feels wow. That's the beauty of Grishboom's engine sounds. Just so immersive. There, that's the true spelling of Krakow. I was actually deciding on that a while ago. Like, do I really want like the Anglicized versions or their local names? And there are pros and cons to each one. Let me just double check that my... Okay, it's a steerable axle, I think. No, it's not. Not sure, to be honest. Yeah, so I was debating on it. If I was going to enable the Anglicized or the Romanized versions. Basically the Anglicized, the English or the local names of the cities and countries. And I decided like on the English ones so that I can read them better. But I must admit I'm a bit half-half there. I'm not sure if I really want to. I think sometimes I want to pronounce the local term, like here, Krakow. I want to see that with a K, and I want to pronounce the W as a V. But if you go with the Anglicized version, then it's like with the letter C. So it's a bit something like that. So I'm not yet sure. If you guys have any preference, let me know in the comments, and we can adjust next episode. Also, I'll try to remember to include the mod, this name pack, in the mods list. I think I forgot to add it. But it's in the Steam Workshop. Just look for Universal Name Pack. Something like that. It's also in the SCS forums and in ProMods forums. So it's almost everywhere. Just a Google search away. But it really adds to the consistency and helps with the reading. Oh, thank you, green light. Oh, okay. Well, we beat the red light. That's okay. That's fine. Just passing through. Passing through Krakow. And yes, I disabled the Poland rebuilding. You might wonder why. It's such a nice map mod, I must agree, but it only works pretty well if you are in Poland. I mean, of course, you only see the sights when you're in Poland. That makes sense. But in addition, there is a nasty side effect if you're driving outside of Poland and you have it enabled. Because of the number of cities, the number of establishments and like industries in Poland rebuilding, it's way too much, and it causes an imbalance on the economy. So the number of jobs, basically the available jobs are limited, and the job engine is trying to spread that across all countries, all the establishments, all the companies. And because Poland rebuilding has so many of them, that means a huge share of the jobs go to Poland. And that basically means if you are not in Poland, then you get fewer jobs, get less jobs as options. And definitely we don't want that, because we want more choices. So I had to disable it to balance the economy again. That's basically how it goes. This is one of the main comments of the ProMods team in the Poland rebuilding map, if I remember correctly. Yeah. This is still 50. We have to keep our speed right now. Just glide along. Right. Also, yes, so I was asking in the previous episode if you guys were into TSM and Romania Extended. I was going to try it on the stream, but if you watch the stream, then you'll know that I decided against it last minute. And the reason why is because I was getting a lot of negative feedback. TSM itself has some very nice areas, although some places are outdated, so it's a bit of like a gamble. You're not sure where you go, if you're going to a new place or not. If it's an outdated place, then it's pretty basic looking. If you go to some of the new areas, like maybe Spain, what I'm hearing good things about, then you get a good deal. But it's a bit not consistent from that point of view. So that one is part of my reservations. The other one was Romania Extended, so I was wanting to try it out, but I heard lots of negative feedback about it. And so I didn't think it was worth the effort of creating a new profile, starting from scratch, you know, all that stuff. So I decided against it. So in the meantime, we won't be going for the TSM Romania Extended combo. I might still try TSM alone, because I'm really interested in seeing how different it is, how the map looks in comparison with ProMods, the different philosophies they implemented, and how how the end result looks like as a whole, how it differs. It might improve, it might give a very refreshing experience, you know, just for a change. So I might still do that, but not in the immediate future. I'm planning on starting a new profile just offline, check it out first if I like it. If I like it, then I'll show you guys. If I don't, then I'll not show it anymore. But yeah, that's still in the plan. And TSM has a couple of areas that ProMods has not covered yet, like Greece, is it Egypt or Africa? I forgot which ones. But yeah, some areas that ProMods has not touched yet, so that's definitely, people from there, like people from Greece, would definitely prefer TSM because of that. Oh, I love that. I love that bassy purr when we're in the low revs. This should probably be very eco-friendly as well, since we're just in the 1000 rev range, 1000 RPMs. But yeah, because of that, I'll be holding off on it. So instead, I looked for a map mod that is compatible with the ProMods one, and this is the Project Balkans. I remember I enabled it before, but I removed it because ProMods 2.2 has some Balkans areas already. But then again, Project Balkans still introduces some specific areas that only they have, so I think it's still worth to try it out. But I'm not sure though which ones exactly, so you guys will have to help me out, okay? So let me know in the comments which ones are those. Lane merging, thank you for the sign. Bro, can you let me squeeze in? Please? Thank you. By hook or by crook, we will manage it. Oh man, that looks like an exciting route. Okay, we'll have to get a bit of focus in here. Slow down a bit. Down a bit, get some more revs in there. we need all we can get. It's not like this trailer is heavy, so we shouldn't have that much of a hard time, but still have to be in the right gear. This is where the ALMAR SKRS really shines, you know. Accurate shifting, knowing which range and split I'm in, maximizing the power based on the gear we're in. It's all part of the game. And I have to remember to take a photo. So this looks like a very nice area. I'm thinking maybe after we crest this hill, maybe on this side. Can we see that side on the left there? Might be a possible thing. Let me see. Let's try it out. So if we look at this one, yeah, that's not half bad, huh? Yeah, seeing the background there, well, we have to remove the blur first so we can see the road below. We can go up like this, or we can just... Oh, there's even a plane in there. Awesome. Now I don't want to distort the picture so much, so I'll have to do it like that. I do want to show the plane, so maybe like this. One sec. A few more adjustments and we should be fine. Yeah, that one I think takes the cake. You don't see the roads there so much, but the overall picture looks very nice. I like it. Sold. Plus we get a bit of the beautiful sky from Foggy Weather 2.0. Oh no. Yeah, we're fine. No worries. We got this. So I was looking through the maps. It's a bit bright. Let's turn that off. I was looking through the maps available in the SCS forums, and two things stood out, and I wanted to get your opinion on these guys, these maps. They're both in Russia. One of them is Russia Open Spaces. I've been hearing about this for a long time, and I think it is compatible with ProMods and RusMap. But is it good? Is it worth it to try? Maybe we'll try it out during the stream on Friday. We'll see. Okay, you guys, you can go. Alright. We've gone through that windy road and survived. That's the important thing. What is this? It's the border from Poland to Slovakia, probably. 70, okay, no problem there. I think we turn on our light again, because some countries have that as a law, right? Even if it's daylight, you have to... Oh, slow down, 50. You have to keep your lights on, even with that. So yeah, one of the maps was Russian Open Spaces. It looked pretty promising. Seems like it's been out for quite some time, but I haven't tried it yet, ever. It seems to be compatible with ProMods and RusMap. I'm not sure if it's compatible with all the other mods like Great Step, Southern Region, and whatnot. You guys let me know what your opinion is on that. And there's one more. It's called Realistic Russian Highways, I think it was. And based on the description, I think what it does is it changes the intersections in Russia, makes the intersections, the junctions more realistic, adds like the number of lanes, on the highway, so it should provide a much more realistic highway experience while in Russia. It's also compatible with Russia and RusMap and ProMods, so that should be fine, I think. Ooh, nice view. Is that a castle? It actually is. Maybe that's worth a shot as well, huh? Wait a minute, let me try and angle this out. Maybe from this here. Yeah, this should work, I think. Let's see how about that. Man, if you can do this in real life, huh? Pause, go out, float around, and take a shot. That would be so cool. Oh yes, that can work. That can definitely work. Oh, and that curve on the road, that's beautiful. I'll need to make it a bit wider though. Something like that, to that effect. Yeah, I'm sold. Good. And there we go. These are like sound barriers, I think. Yeah, because there are houses right there. It would get pretty noisy with the kind of engine we have. You would be waking everybody up. And we are kind of speeding in here. Slow down a little. Maybe go back to this one. This police car might pass. Yeah, look at that. Just in time. Slow down just in time there. Police car just passed by. Yeah, so realistic Russian highways. So I might enable both for the stream this Friday. It depends. But you guys let me know what you think, if you've tried it or not. Okay. Yeah, but those are the two that I think I haven't tried yet before. Oh no. Okay, I think we have to stop here. Depending on the country, you have to stop, do some kind of things, like go down, dance, put your horn on your blinkers, and do all the other stuff. Yeah, they really vary depending on the country. But yeah, for sure you have to do like a ritual. Okay, no train, good. Light a bonfire or something. Yeah, do all sorts of stuff before you cross the railroad. Nice. Oh, perfect. Thank you for that. Bystrica, yeah, that's the one. That's where we'll be passing through. And right here, I like the signs. I am liking the signs. Up to now, I'm still not sure if it has steerable axles, our trailer. It's a bit short though, so it's not really that much of a big deal. To be honest, I prefer the non-steerable axles. I can predict them better. Like if they're bulky, then they're bulky. But they don't sway magically and cause any confusion. So guys, as you guys might probably know, I get into a lot of accidents when I'm driving steerable axles, especially the longer ones. Because they just sway. They have this unpredictable tendency to sway and dance around for me. They're a mystery, for me at least. I'm sure some of you guys know how to make them work properly. Oh, and yeah, by the way, the stream last week, I was driving a Roman diesel from Madster, and I changed the engine sounds to an Iveco Stralis. Actually, I didn't change it, I enabled it. But Rob was the one who made the mod, who converted the sounds. And I really liked it. Because the default sounds for me for the Roman diesel are a bit too quiet for an old truck. And many of the people in Discord agree. Actually, the idea came from them. And they have more experience than I do. Because they're more familiar with classic trucks, but I agree with that point. So I like how it turned out, how the Iveco Stralis has it. I mean, the Iveco Stralis, of course, you wouldn't put an Iveco engine in real life in a Roman. But I mean, in terms of the sound itself, having like a rougher engine sound would be preferable to having something super clean and putting it on the Roman diesel. That's my opinion. But I got a couple of negative comments about that, saying, why would you put an Iveco engine in a Roman diesel? Why would you do this? That's not realistic, and things like that. Well, I guess, yeah, especially for real-life truckers who are familiar with the sounds and know what the real thing is, then maybe you would complain, but I mean, if you compare it with the default sounds, I think it's still much better. So let's just chalk it up to creative freedom. Yeah, that's the power of modding. And yes, although not all people might agree, from my point of view, it sounds a lot better than the default one. So I really like it. But yeah, I get why some people don't like it, because it's not realistic. But yeah, I would argue if the default sounds are realistic as well. But yes, to each his own, to each his own. But yeah, thank you for letting me know those comments, you know. Let's agree to disagree on that point. But bringing it up is part of the process, you know, letting everyone know if you have complaints and whatnot. Do we turn left here? There's a left turn. Oh, there is actually. Nice. Yeah, the Bistrika part. Now, to be clear, Davy's mod pack changes the names, right? Makes them anglicized or romanized or whatever. For me, it's anglicized in this current phase. But to be clear, it doesn't change any. I know you have the right of way, but you were what did I hit? I probably hit the truck, so this probably confirms that we have a steerable axle. So yeah, to be clear, Davy's mod changes the city names, country names, only in the map and in the text, the jobs. But it doesn't change the actual signages, okay? So when you see like a sign, okay, for example, this one, going to Bratislava, Banska Bystrica discovered. Yeah, even that, I think that text is changed. But the sign itself, imagine the sign on the road, that doesn't change. Because that requires a totally different, that requires some modding. That requires some modeling, changing the texture of whatnot. So, and it wouldn't be realistic, right? Why would you change the actual sign? It would be enough to understand where you are, but the sign should still reflect the local language, always. It's my opinion. Yeah, so I think it's all good. Right? So I think we can actually we can make a U-turn here, but that's illegal and some people will complain. So let's follow the laws. Keep it real. Good. So distance check, we are 259 kilometers away. Yeah, not bad. Just enjoy the ride, guys. Enjoy the ride. Oh, bus stop. I remember the interview, Squirrel's interview with Pavel, where Pavel confirmed that they are still working on that Eurocoach simulator, although they have not been able to prioritize it so much because, of course, priority is on ETS and ATS. But yes, that's a very good news, and they have the licenses already, and I think that's one of the biggest hurdles is acquiring the licenses. So once you have it, it's a matter of making the game. And frankly speaking, I think the licenses are a bit of a roadblock, more of a roadblock than the game itself. Oh man, thought I was going to beat that properly. That's fine. Because yeah, you might be familiar that we have a lot of missing trucks, a lot of pending trucks. We're waiting for a lot of trucks. Renault Range T, Volvos in ATS, and a lot more. And we know that they are modeled in already. Like the truck is ready and everything, but the license is the problem, and it's just taking forever. So I think getting the license is a huge step forward. And now at least the ball is in SCS's hands, not in the truck manufacturers. So that's definitely a better deal. They have more control of. So yeah, who knows? You might get your coach, I don't know, in a year. No clue. Who knows? Not even SCS knows. But everything is on best effort basis. But yeah, their focus is on ETS2 and ATS, and then maybe the other projects like Coach Sim. That would be awesome though. Very welcome change. And they can utilize the same map, so it's going to be perfect. The same map, the same engine, the same beautiful physics and realistic gameplay mechanics. So it's going to be awesome. I'm just wondering, if they have the license already, does that mean the coaches are ready? Because I'm trying to think about the process. How would you get a license? Do you basically make a model and then get approval from the truck manufacturers, and then they say, okay, good, now I gave you a license to use that? Or is it something like you get the license before you do anything else? Like, okay, I want to make a Scania coach. You go to Scania, you approach them, you ask for a license, they ask for a fee, and then you start creating the models. So which comes first? The modeling, the texturing, I mean the entire creation process, or the licensing? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And if anyone has any insider information, I know some people here have like relatives from SCS, or actually part of SCS, or have been exposed to their methodologies. So let me know in the comments. That's quite an interesting discussion there. I'd be quite curious to know. Highway going to Košice. That's in Poland, I'm sure. I think we've gone through there, and I remember I wasn't able to understand, or I wasn't able to know what the name, how do you pronounce the name? And until now I don't know. So let's leave it at that. Go. Beautiful, beautiful sky. I remember Rohan was saying he really liked how the sound of the switches went, because if you guys are familiar, I recently bought the ALMAR SKRS, so I have an actual truck shifter now instead of the default Logitech G27 shifter, and so now I can flick the switches, transfer it to different ranges and the splits by using those switches, and you can actually hear them like right now. Yeah, that's how the switch sounds. So that's not part of the game. That's an actual physical switch being toggled by my hand. And Rohan was mentioning that it was very nice to hear. It was super realistic. And I guess I must agree. When I was watching some of my videos, reviewing them if everything was fine, I was hearing those switches, and like from one point of view you can say, oh, that's additional noise. That's not realistic. I mean, you should only hear your voice, not anything else. But then again, we are driving a truck, so hearing those switches I think is pretty much in line with realism. Don't you think? Let's turn in the last possible moment so we don't kick our trailer on the right side on that grass. Whoop. There we go. Beautiful. I love this trip. Very different vibe. Like countryside road. Country driving. but definitely different from the US roads, because I've been recently driving offline in ATS, trying out more of the coast to coast roads, because I was thinking maybe it's let me try and find the pleasure in driving a long haul, like just going anywhere, traveling through hundreds of miles through different states, and not having anything repeat, like not knowing anywhere, not having anything familiar. And I'm really enjoying it. Like I was going through Alabama to Mississippi, and it also helps with my geography, because I have no clue where those states are in relation to each other. I suck at that point. But thanks to driving through them, I have a bit of an idea. Florida is like southeast. Next to that is what? Georgia? And then Alabama or something like that, and then Mississippi. So like from east to west, that's how the order is, more or less, I think, if I remember that, at least. If I remember it correctly. Good. That really is pretty immersive. And even though some of the states in coast to coast are pretty plain, like in Mississippi, I think it's mainly just like a straight road and barely anything in there, like minimal trees, minimal signs, minimal hills, minimal anything, but still awesome. I mean, the feeling of driving through different states, I can definitely relate there. So yeah, I might keep coast to coast a little bit more. I'm starting to appreciate it. And maybe pretty soon I'll include Kana Dream as well. And in the ATS front, I remember Alex posted some pictures over the Discord. He was trying out the new, how do you call it? Not Viva Mexico, but it's the Mexico, the Extremo. I think the latest one is the Zacatecas or something like that. It's still in a paid version, I think, like an early access. You have to pay to get early access, but it looks intense. It looks insane, actually. I don't know how you can manage that. Like Alex was showing these pictures, like it was from a pickup point, and it was spiral, and you had to like just going out of there. It was really a challenge. So I think it's like hardcore challenge mode difficulty, hardcore difficulty in terms of trucking. Maybe when it's publicly released, maybe when it's free, we'll check it out. Yeah, I remember I haven't really checked out Viva Mexico yet, the latest version, and that's been out for a couple of months already. So that's something. Oops, sorry. Should have pushed through. You could have managed it. Got scared. Yeah, very different vibe, definitely. ETS versus ATS roads. I mean, the trucks themselves are like worlds apart, and we get fans of both. Some are more like hardcore fans of American trucks. Some like European trucks more. Me, I'm a bit in the middle. It depends on my mood. Like I really like the jake brake sounds from the US trucks. That's like music to my ears whenever I have to jake brake. But at the same time, the engine sounds for the European trucks, especially these kinds, they're music to my ears as well. So hard to decide. I like both, and that's why I play both. Yeah. And it must be the same for lots of other people. We are now in Hungary, I think. Oh, it's interesting that the top speed here is 90. The speed limit is 90. In a road like this, must get pretty dangerous. It's even like this huge curve here, huge bend. Imagine going through this at 90 on a truck like this. Must get pretty scary. And yeah, right now I'm just cruising along, not really believing that 90 speed limit. But yeah, now I think it's much more reasonable. Although we are, what is that X? I guess it means dead end. Yeah, might be. Good. That one, what is that X all about? Is that like a railroad crossing thing? We will see. It says in 300 meters there is something. Yield. That must be it. That must not be a dead end, but maybe there's like a yield sign. Maybe that's what that X sign means. So you'll slow down. Oh, a bit steep. Should be fine. Good. Now it's much smoother. Perfect. Pleasures of driving in this game. Nothing can relax you more, right? Just a real pleasure driving through. Who could have imagined how much of an effect this kind of game would have? I surely didn't. I had no clue. Okay. Slowing down a bit here. Yeah, highway ends. Slowing down to 70, and yes, we are getting not really a traffic light, but it's a stop sign. That must be one of the worst intersections ever. Coming from a highway like that, and just having a stop sign like this. Not even a stoplight, not even a traffic light. It's also not very good for the AI because they're not sure when they can squeeze in. Alright, yeah, they have no clue. Okay, there you go. It's a matter of luck. That's it. Yes, each of them will have to stop. Oh, this guy's turning right. This Volvo. This orange Volvo. I think, based on its angle. Am I right? Yeah, I think so. He has a bit of a weird angle if he's going straight. Also, are you guys familiar if there's a mod that changes this zoom? Because like from here, if I go outside, I'm super zoomed out. And I remember it didn't used to be like that. So there must have been a mod I enabled which made that happen. Aha! No stopping me. But yes, I'm not really sure what's causing that zoom out thing. Must be a, I don't know if it's a map mod, if it's a truck mod or something. But I kind of like it to be more zoomed in when I go. This is a bit zoomed out to me, too much. I can go that far. I don't remember that possible at all. It's like I'm being chased by a drone or something. It looks so weird. It is kind of cool though. It's kind of cool. A bit of sudden braking there. It's fine. Can make it work. Ah, nice. Is that a lady? Oh yeah, nice. Lady trucker. Howdy. Howdy. More of like an American greeting, but fine. when were we last here in Budapest? It's been a while, huh? In this series at least. Oh, thank you. Perfect. Renault, thank you. No, but to be fair, I'm not really against Renaults, except the Magnum. The Magnum I really don't like. But the Premium, I'm good. And the Range T I actually like the design. So it's just the Magnum that I really hate the design. The box type truck of doom. It's like a mix of modern and classic truck, but the mix didn't actually mix so well. But yeah, it's not Renault I hate, it's just the Magnum. Oh. It's like getting quite a few of these hiccups, which I'm not sure where they're coming from. Maybe when the map loads a huge amount, it does that. Oh, by the way, someone shared in the Discord, what was it? Fernbus, a preview of Austria. So previously, Fernbus always was in Germany, and they announced that they are planning to add DLC. So thank you for making me stop all the way for going green. Yeah, I remember Fernbus. Fernbus has always been inside Germany, but they said that they're creating DLCs, map DLCs, to go outside. And if that's true, someone shared it in the Bus Sim channel in the Discord server. I forgot. I don't think I've watched it because I was outside when I saw that post, so I couldn't watch the video. But if that's true, then Austria must be just around the corner. That's going to be awesome. Traveling from Austria to Germany. I mean, it's still, I guess, kind of German, but the signs would be different. Maybe the landscape would be a bit different. Could do some long hauls. Yeah, that might be something we need to do in Fernbus, like a long drive, really, from end to end. That would probably be more of a coach sim rather than just going a few kilometers. It should be like thousands of kilometers. Traveling from Germany to London, from Berlin to London. Okay, Germany to Austria might be a thing pretty soon. We'll see. If it does exist, or if it is like in early access, then I might try and get my hands on it. But yeah, so far I haven't heard any news yet. In terms of driving experience, oh, nice cutting me, bro. I think you're looking for trouble. That was not a very smart move on your end. Good thing I was able to brake. In terms of driving experience though, nothing beats SES, ETS2 ETS. The driving experience here is just so realistic. The force feedback, the physics, it's on a different level. Like when I'm driving truck sim versus when I'm driving Fernbus, I find it so much more pleasurable driving truck sim. But then again, in terms of gameplay, so to speak, ETS2 and ATS wins, hands down. But in terms of graphics, that's a whole different discussion, because the engine for Fernbus is really something else, next gen. Like especially when it rains, if you watched any of the videos in the Fernbus series I have, some of those are when it's raining. Oh man, the reflections on the road, the droplets on the windshield, and the droplets on the paint itself, on the truck, on the coach itself, just so good. Although some of the textures, like in the scenery, are not like top notch, but the graphics as a whole, the engine, it's the next gen, yeah. Truly next gen. So graphics wise, I would say Fernbus wins, but gameplay, ETS wins. So I kind of like to play a bit of both. Wow, this is very narrow. Super narrow. What the heck? Are we in Italy or something? I remember the super narrow ramps in Italy. Okay, let's see. Do your turning axle magic. Yeah. That made it super easy thanks to the steerable axles. When we're here, nice. Kex Kemet. Customer expects delivery very soon. Is this an urgent delivery? I didn't think so. Maybe it's an important delivery. But we're going to be there. We'll be reaching it just in time. And we'll be unlocking a Volvo dealer as well on the left. Hopefully. There you go. We'll be unlocking a McDonald's over there. Oh! Almost didn't catch that. There's a McDonald's here. There's a KFC there. Wow. This city is pretty globalized. Guys, come on. I'll block the road. Go already. Wow, they just won't go. Okay, how about now? No, they just will never go. That's actually a pretty interesting sign. I've seen that a while ago. That says merging lane, and the 50, which is blocked, says what? 50 speed limit? Like does that mean that like the lane you're merging into has a 50 speed limit? Although there is like a slash. What does that mean? It's still 50 though. Yeah, KFC, McDonald's, in the garage. That might be a good garage to have. Food would be pretty much easy to reach. Just go outside. Would not be the healthiest thing though, but yeah, it would be pretty happy food. Okay. So in Hungary, how does this work? Do a dance, stop, handbrake, go outside, do a dance, light a bonfire, toot your horn, and do some signaling, and then go. Yeah? Did I satisfy all the requirements? Good. Almost there. This looks like a pretty cozy town. Narrow streets. Buildings are close to each other. Sorry, sir. I have to take up a bit of first space. Now we're good. It's getting a bit laggy. But yeah, that's because of the number of houses in here. Oh, don't tell me. This railroad track is really wanting some attention. Okay. Brake. Go outside. Do a dance. Hula hula. Go inside. Toot your horn. Go flash your thingy. And go. Checking everything off the list. Just to be on the safe side, right? Better be safe than sorry. But okay, we are here, and it's what time is it? 6 p.m. Just in time. So at least there's still a hint, a sliver of daylight left. And I think I'll have to go and reverse this in blindside reverse. I think it is based on where that dot is on the map. It's on the left side, so I should be, yeah, it's there. I hate this parking. It looks simple, but it's so hard for me. I don't know why. The good thing is there is no trailer right beside us, so it should be a tad easier. And we do have a steerable axle, so it should be easier to maneuver as well, hopefully. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's so hard to see. Good thing we still have a bit of sunlight. Just a little bit. But yeah, it's really dancing away from me now. Look at how sharp that is. It's actually a bit too sharp. See? Is it? Yeah. Really is something else. Blindside is difficult. Blindside with steerable, even more so. But we will manage this. We will manage this step by step. Okay. So like that, and then steer it like this. I have no clue. That doesn't seem like it's working. We'll see. I hit something. Okay. Okay. Let's do it a bit differently. How about if I do it like this? Oh. Nope, that's too much. So do it like so, and then curve it up more. Like that maybe. Oh, that's way off the mark. Yeah, the problem here is it's a bit too much. How do you do this exactly? Well, we can probably force it a bit now. Like so. Just a tad. Whoa. But yeah, look at how far that is from the target. Just makes things a lot more difficult. Let's see, maybe I can make some magic here. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. That looks like a bit too much though. Alright, and now straighten it off. That should be a lot better. Yes. Good, get some space. Look at that mirror. Still have a bit of space. Good. Alright. Alright. Okay. Counter it. Okay. And I think that should be good. Yes. I hope. There we go. Phew. Alright, managed it somehow. Turn off the beacons. And detach the trailer. Let's have a look at the stats. Yeah, not late. Just almost. 18k, not bad. Not bad at all, high value. Let me have a look at Discord. It says here, deliveries, there we go, just entered. Clumsy, 483 kms, yep, exactly, it captured everything. Wow, consumption is 34.5 liters per 100 kms. Not bad. Not bad. 167 liters consumed, that's 34.5 rate. Damage is 0.37%. I love it. That's one of the best scores I've had in this truck. Nice, so at least we're getting there. And it's an uphill. It's like lots of hills, so it's not the easiest, but we still managed. Nice one. Alright. So next episode, I'm not sure where we're going. You guys let me know. We might explore more of Project Balkans, I guess. Yeah, I think that's where we're headed. Because I would like to go to Romania, but I would like to go to Romania when Southern region is ready. So we can go through Romania and then to Southern region. Right now, I think not yet. I'll have to wait a while. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, hit the like button if you did enjoy. And subscribe if you haven't already. Share with your friends, and please always comment. Helps a lot. Okay, thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one. Clumsy trucking. Bye-bye.